from outer space, and we are gonna be doing everything we can on Graveyard Keeper. Yes, Graveyard Keeper, where we're unlikely to see...
It's a pirate ship!
We're also unlikely to see...
Look! A three-headed monkey!
Indeed. It's always difficult to see a three-headed monkey whilst in a graveyard, I suspect. Although, having said that, it's distinctly the sort of reference I wouldn't put it past them to be making. Because they do tend to be fairly heavily referential in this game. They do enjoy a good old-fashioned reference. As do I, in fairness. As do I. So let us get it loading. Let us get it loading. Oh yes, indeed. We shall. That's intriguing. Very intriguing. I've just spotted one strange thing about the layering in my stream. Is apparently I have the background for the Bonanza over the top of the text, which is impressive considering you can still see the text. So you kind of got to assume that Bonanza BG doesn't actually do anything. I'm assuming back when I built it, perhaps I put a placeholder in going, yeah, I'll do it eventually. And we're now at Future Me, and Future Me has still not done anything. I should probably improve a lot of these overlays and get them up to scratch. Could do with a hodgepodge timer. And in fairness, this one could possibly benefit from an overlay in general. But there you go. Ratty-tatty, lefty loosey. Lucy, Lucy, oh Lucy. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Oh, interesting. Bring the dagger and bring the medallion. Do I not have the medallion? Or I definitely... I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was after 3 items, but he's only mentioning 2. Because when I was after lockpicks as well. Interesting. Unless I've loaded the wrong file, but I don't think so. No, because I'll just create all the doodahs. But yeah, Lighthouse Keeper. Am I trying to organise him yeah, take ancient lockpicks, which I think is the next item. So I think I need that. Supply him with blood and ask about the mysterious woman. We could probably get away with doing that. Visit him a day. That's not so bad. Yeah, we needed Merchant's Day to get silks, I think. Aristocrat papers are going to take a while. Get a signed invitation from someone important. Well, the bishop is hugely prideful, so I feel like he might very well be the one. So we'll have to try and remember that. Make sure you find him a Mrs. Lighthouse Keeper. Don't want him to be lonely. I'll try. I'll try. But at first, we need to organise him a comedy festival. Right, so it's Man's Day. I don't think we've got anything specific to do on Man's Day. So, what sword were we rocking? We were rocking a fairly bad sword, weren't we? Well, I mean, I say bad. It's not like a bad sword, but it's not an optimal sword, I don't think. Is it even like the second best sword, I think? Really? Oh, right, it's under there, okay. Yeah, okay, so it's the steel sword, which is the second best, I think. And the jeweler's table. I suppose steel sword with a gem might be worthwhile. Because it may take me a while to get my hands on a damask. Get my hands on the diamond. Diamonds take forever, forever, forever and ever. Right, so I've got plenty of bread. I must admit, I might want to... Well, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll deal with some of these jobs here. Deal with these jobs. Do I want to... Yeah, I do want to squeeze my grapes. Ooh, cheeky. Do I need to squeeze any other grapes? No, it was just that last It was thus the last squeeze of my grapes. Oh, I say. Oh, I do declare, mister. You definitely enjoyed me squeezing your grapes, didn't you, sir? Oh, I did. You squeezed my grapes real good. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. Thoroughly. It's amazing how just doing something in a low voice sometimes makes it even creepier. Thoroughly. Right. Okay. I think we're just going to go dungeon crawling. Now, it would probably be optimal to perhaps ditch a load more of my gear. I'm slightly tempted. I'll tell you what, I might actually be able to finish off that whetstone. Now, it's not necessarily going to help me finishing off that whetstone, but it's going to give me one more free slot in my inventory, which I think might be beneficial. Beneficials. So, yeah, get on with that. Not sure how much percentage each use. Well, I need to stop playing games with slightly different control schemes, especially when you push those control schemes and it sort of does terrible things. I drank a potion I didn't want to drink. But there you go. I could not help myself. I was still in Dragon Quest mode. There we go, I specified it, just used one extra slot. Is there an area where I could place another trunk? I'd need another... oh, the beautiful, purest of ironies. Or contradictions, whatever you want to call it. The fact that I need more flitch in order to build a trunk, in order to potentially store that flitch. Oh my lord, that is silliness. We'll pop it there. It's not exactly in an optimal location, and the only reason I'm making a new chest is because I'm too lazy to remember where I put all my stuff. So I'm going to put it all in this one chest, and then I don't have to remember. Sticks as well, yeah. No, I don't think I need the Witcher's Eye for anything down there. Don't need the Prayer of Faith either. So at least here I should be able to optimise my inventory usage, allowing me to pick up as much stuff as is humanly possible to pick up. But we do want full energy before going downstairs, because otherwise I'll have to use a lot of bread. And I don't want to use a lot of bread. Oh, I missed. I managed to miss my blasted trapdoor. Which on some occasions is probably a good thing, because you don't want to fall down. Now, I'm not sure how the clock functions in this, so I feel like the clock does just freeze when you're down in the dungeon, but it may very well end up being a case of I will lose the day. No, it's not frozen. Okay. Well, that's fine. Apart from the unfortunate fact that I really did want to do Sunday, which makes my life a bit awkward, that I'm gonna miss out on Sunday, potentially. I suppose what we can do is try and focus on doing at least one floor, and then we might still be able to nip up to the top and do Sunday. And then what is it? It's going to be Sunday, then Charms Day, or Women's Day, technically I called it. The only reason I call it, if you're interested, the reason why I call these, so Moon Day of course works because it's a moon symbol. Should be fairly straightforward. None of these are complicated, I'd like to... okay. So still using Dragon Quest buttons and wondering why this game doesn't work. Ah, you dirty spider. Oh, okay, dirty spider got me that time. I didn't really want the dirty spider to get me, but he did. Oh, there's still enemies around, fair enough. But yeah, because obviously you can see that's a crescent moon, so Moon's Day. Then it's like a sun symbol, so Sunday, which is where you do your church stuff, which is oddly apropos. I don't know whether that's completely deliberate or just a happy coincidence. I'm assuming it's deliberate. It would be weird if it was just a complete coincidence. I'm assuming that's a deliberate thing they've chosen to do. That looks like gold in them there hills. It is. That's what we needed. We wanted gold for something earlier. Then, of course, it's the symbol for women, so Women's Day, which is where you deal with Miss Charm, a woman. And then finally you've got... Well, it's actually sort of like a horn symbol. I tend to just refer to it as Merchants' Day because that is the day merchants come to town. It's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. So I've just sort of... Oh, God, that mask is doing horrible things. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there. Cheeky boy, cheeky boy. No need for any of the shit you're pulling. Okay. Wave the sword wildly around. It's not a problem. Right, that should be all enemies, so we should be able to pop down to the next floor. The big question is, do I wish to use a health potion and some bread, or do I wish to just go back upstairs? There's part of me thinking maybe just go back upstairs so I don't miss Sunday. But anyway, so yeah, the horn is like Merchant's Day. And then another sort of horns symbol. I just call it Snake's Day because, again, that's when Snake turns up. And then you got Man's Day, which is the man symbol. And, oh, not enough in it. I'll try and avoid using a health potion because I've already used one today. Now, granted, that was accidental and stupid, but nonetheless, that doesn't change the fact that I've used one. And therefore, would very much like to avoid using another one. Wave that sword in the air like you don't care. Because I don't. Oh, I could probably do with that orange stuff. I'll have to see if there's something worth leaving behind. Probably. I've got metal scrap on me, and metal scrap is relatively useless. You can sort of forge it down into useful stuff, but you know, wheat seed. Well, we've got you can just buy wheat seed. That's not a problem. Whereas orange jelly, I think, is going to be a slightly more troublesome thing to pick up each time. So well worth grabbing that. Oh dear! Oh dear! Well, no, I'm pushing on the button again. Still, I'm getting confused and angry, and therefore I've eaten my bread. There we go. That's slightly better. Right, we've got to be careful of old Clawsy Man. The Clawsy Man is here. Where's this? There's another bat. I thought there was another bat. I just wasn't 100% sure. Bats. Slimes. Bats and slimes and little men. Bats and slimes and bloody energy supplies. Oh, that thing explodes. So you just want to get the shit out of there. Get the shit out of there, son. You don't want to stick around for that piece of horse shit. Do I really need ceramic bowls? No, not really. I probably don't really need ceramic jugs either. We'll get rid of those. I don't really need that scrap, but I suppose it will sit there happily enough on my inventory. Oh, Christ almighty. Okay. Bread me, heal me. Bread me, heal me any way you want me. Not sure if it damages enemies or not, but it definitely damages me, so we just want to dodge out of the way. We need more bread. We have to actually build more bread, which in fairness, I have been doing lately. I have been cooking my own rolls. And I must admit, this week's rolls were surprisingly tasty. I've still got some left, so it's not like they've all completely gone, but nonetheless, they are very, very tasty rolls. They are incredibly soft. I've got incredibly soft babs, which was unexpected. I was not expecting to come away with incredibly soft babs, but they really are. Oh, they're a treat. Wouldn't necessarily surprise me if they were undercooked, but they're tasty enough. And of course, the age-old way of telling if bread is cooked is give it a little slap on the bottom, and if it is cooked, that little slap on the bottom will sound hollow. If you were unaware, you may have been aware of that fact. It depends on if you've cooked your own bread. If you have, it's very good. But yeah, I've been doing rolls. Speaking of rolls, I was curious. Does anybody have a go-to roll? There's more to that question than just a go-to roll. Does anybody have a go-to roll filling? Ah, yeah, cocksucker. I wouldn't recommend cocksucker as your go-to roll filling, but you know, to each their own. I didn't see the little man with his little blades. I was so busy trying to get that darned little spewing masked man. And unfortunately, I just did not catch the little man with his blades. I was running on very low health anyway. Partially deliberately, because I'm being very stringent with my potion usage, but also partially because I took a lot of damage. I'm not very good at this combat system. It's like, oh, brioche rolls for decent burgers. Oh, yeah, no. Brioche rolls for burgers, magnificent. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. It's one of the best things. Oh, he wants the accepted invitation. He needs the accepted invitation, not I can get an invitation off of him. That's fine. We'll have to have a think about that. Didn't we? I think maybe it was 100% on the Inquisitor was how we'd do that. Oh, balls. Balls, 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 balls. Balls, child. Balls. But yes, my current, what I'm doing at the moment, although it's going to change tomorrow because I've eaten all my egg mayonnaise. But what I was doing recently was I was utilising... Let's grab that. And all of this could really do with going under the church, which if I'm going to the church, I might as well put it under the church. So yeah, no, brioche for sort of meaty burgers is exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. I must admit, I think I have tried making brioche in the past. This was many, 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 many years ago. Because the fundamentals for brioche, I think, I might be mistaken, as is so often the way, I might be mistaken, but I think the fundamentals for brioche is you need a lot of butter in it. And by need, I mean K-N-E-A-D, not N-E-E-D. In fairness, you need a lot of butter in order to knead a lot of butter into it. But I'm fairly certain that's how you do brioche. You grab a load of butter and you just keep kneading it into the bread mixture. But yeah, as I say, I've not made brioche in many years, so I might be wrong. But yeah, no, absolutely with burgers. Anyway, my previous roll filling, I did. Well, I started off just doing egg mayonnaise because I thought I fancy egg mayonnaise. I don't know why. I've not had it in many years. But I really fancied egg mayonnaise, so I decided to start with egg mayonnaise. And then I bought ham as a backup, because I thought, oh, I'm sure I'm going to whip through this egg mayonnaise. Turns out the packets were bigger than I thought, mixed with I ate less in the roll than I thought I was going to. So it was one of those ones where it's like, yep, no, I've slightly fucked up here, haven't I? I've got too much. I've got too much roll fillings available to me. And what transpired there was I finally ended up going, well, okay, I need to be eating this ham. This ham is sort of going off now. So I need to sort that out. That's going to be a problem in the future. So what I ended up doing was I used the egg mayonnaise almost as if it was butter. So I spread a thinnish, we'll go with thinnish, layer of the butter. I'm trying to assess where best to put items, which is taxing most of my brain, so the rest of the conversation sort of disappears, because unfortunately my brain can only really do one thing at a time. I've now got spider webs. I'm sure I've got spider webs somewhere else. These chests are the most inefficient you will ever stumble across, I'm afraid. They are terrible. But yeah, I ended up starting to use the egg mayonnaise almost as butter. Obviously, egg mayonnaise is thicker than butter, but and custard's thicker than blood. But yeah, egg mayonnaise is thicker than butter, so it's not quite, a full-on sort of buttering, but it's good enough. It works nicely. And then a slice of ham, so you sort of basically ham and egg, and it was lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. Couldn't find the door because I was looking at the chat. Or couldn't find my way around the wall. Right, what do we want to do now? I'm thinking we probably want to go deal with bread situation. Let's see, how many more breads can we buy? Or cook, rather. We can, yeah, load more bread in fairness, actually. 50 more bloody, what's it? That'll do. Nice. Get that bread a-cooking. And anything in this chest that I feel like I would want on me. Bread, faith. Oh, we'll put the faith away. Put the prayer away again. And yeah, I think I'm just going to try focusing on going down in dungeon and seeing if we can accomplish dungeony things. Although we will go, while we're waiting for the prep work, we'll try and do at least a couple of other bits and bobs. Do I have a gold? Oh, I've actually got 7 golds. Okay. Oh, in that case, let's do 2 silvers in that one. And then let's start doing multiple golds. And then theoretically, we can do a bronze and a gold. Egg mayo with a teaspoon of paprika and a 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Never had better egg mayo. Ooh, I'll have to buy more egg mayo now. Because my next current notion of sandwich fillings, or roll fillings, I suppose, strictly speaking, I'm going to try. I decided I saw a little cheeky bit of chorizo slices. Just basic chorizo slices. There's nothing really cheeky about them. Or just buy some mayo and boil your own eggs. There is always that. There is always that as a possibility. I must admit, that's going too deep into the sort of do-it-yourself hole, I think, for me. I feel like egg mayonnaise is cheap enough that you can just go, I'm not gonna make my own egg mayonnaise. I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna leave it. What job can we do while we're waiting for our bread to cook? I suppose arguably we've got some beetroot, so maybe just go to sleep. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to have to take it, aren't I? Gonna have to take it. You can control the consistency. Yeah. I suppose arguably, any time you build something from scratch, you're controlling it more. But I must admit, the egg mayo, it's just Sainsbury's own pot of og. Oh! Their sort of bog standard egg mayo is rather tasty and exactly the sort of consistency I'm happy with. Truth to tell, everything about it made me happy. Apart from the fact that it kept going off because I ate it too slowly. Well, I say that. Okay, just to clarify, it never actually went off. It went past its sell-by date, but it never actually went off. So that's a fairly crucial piece of detail. Most of the things I have end up past their sell-by date, unfortunately, because I frequently, well, I suppose to a certain extent, there's some things that I just stop using, and therefore they end up past their sell-by date, and it's like, oh, I probably ought to eat that, but I didn't really want it. I don't really want it now. It's the sort of thing. But also, my father is incredibly bad at looking. And that's the end of that sentence. Incredibly bad at looking. But he's really bad at looking at dates. It's like, I've got your week's worth of stuff. Yeah, but it all goes off tomorrow, you fucking Burke. It's like, oh, God. Oh, there you go. Do-do-do-do. And a dungeon crawling we will go. Oh yeah, my new roll filling. My new roll filling is going to be chorizo slices and chicken slices. I.e., I'm making myself a cheeky little chorizo and chicken salami. Now I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I have high hopes. Now, of course, traditionally speaking, if you have high hopes, you are destined to be disappointed. But I think it's chicken and chorizo. You know, two things I absolutely love that go really rather nicely together. So it's kind of like, yep, no, they're going to do nicely. I was slightly tempted to go chicken lumps. Possibly even, cook your own chicken breast type thing as well. That might be something I'll consider. Oh, I could do duck. Duck rolls. Oh, that is very flamboyant, I think. You do realise that you have between 2 to 7 days to use stuff after the sell-by date. Even the BBE date is more a guideline, except for offal. You want to use that stuff the day you buy it. I don't think I've ever had offal, so I can't comment. But yeah, no, I'm well aware that I've always got plenty of time. It's kind of a joke to suggest that it's always out of date, which it is, but equally it's fine, you know. I don't care that much, especially, I mean, for example, and they were perfectly fine, but the flour, when I first started building my rolls, which would have been 2 weeks ago, I think now, the flour that I used in those rolls was at least a year out of date and had been sitting in the cupboard for a year. So, and I used it anyway, I couldn't give a shit and just carried on. And they were fine. Although I think that might be why they weren't quite as fluffy as the ones I've got now. Because having purchased brand new sort of flour, mainly because I used... oh, I see, I need a key. Interesting, okay. Balls. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Very, very annoying. Liver kidney can't beat a steak and kidney pie, or liver and onions. Oh no, I'm not a liver and onions person. Mainly because of the onions, I think. Just don't like onions. Flour doesn't actually expire. You just have to make sure it doesn't have weevils. Yes, I have had a flour in the past that has had little creatures in. I'm assuming they would be considered weevils, but I didn't investigate enough. I went, oh, that's fucking crawling. I don't think I'm having that, thanks. But yeah, as I say, that it was absolutely fine. But I do feel like it's a case of having left them quite so long. That I think is why they didn't rise and fluff as much as the latest one, the latest batch of rolls. But I can't say that with absolute certainty. It may just be because I've gotten back into being able to knead the bastards a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah. Liver and onions, though, is a proper old school, isn't it, that one? That's very sort of... That feels very 70s to me. I don't know if that's unfair to say. Maybe. But, bloody nails... Do we have a stash of bloody nails? I don't really need bloody nails, truth be told, but still. I do have a stash of bloody nails, so... I have a stash of bat wings somewhere, don't I? Yeah. I have a stash of webs somewhere as well. I think the webs are down in the lower vicinity. But certainly, I know my father enjoys a sort of steak and kidney pie. But I'm more chicken. More chicken and gravy. Chicken and gravy for me. I'm a fan of the old chicken and gravy pie. Mostly because a lot of the obviously if you build it yourself, which again I used to do. I used to do a lot more cooking, but then just stopped and relied on shop bought stuff, which was a lot easier. No, I don't think I've got space for my silvers. No, I still don't have space for my silvers because that's a stack of 10. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. I'm bollocks like that. Will I be able to study some stuff? No, because I gave up all my faith. Oh, of course, the old sword could do with some studying as well. Is there anything that does not require faith? I get the impression the answer is no. Everything is going to require faith. Bottles? No, bottles require faith. Slime requires faith. We always want a faith in our slimes. Have faith in your slimes. I'm confused as to what I want to do with the silver bits. I think probably take them upstairs. We will swing by, sort out the wine, the vino situation. Do another gold batch there. Do another gold batch. Oops, do another gold batch there. And at some point, we're going to probably want to grab. We are probably going to want to just build another zombie, aren't we? Really. Key thing is, I'll need to grab some more carrots in order to get more corpses. Oh, I do actually have some corpses down there. Okay, what are these corpses doing? Apart from lying on a frozen pallet. Come here, what you got? What you got for me? Okay, they're not intolerable. Okay. Do I have some zombie juice? I do have zombie juice. And I now have the faith. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. You gotta have faith. So yes, okay. We'll check if we want to take any organs out of those two lads, but outside of that, I think it's a case of grab my faith. I only really need 10, but I'll grab it all for now. We can always go and do some studying after all. You don't really need to study everything, I don't think. I don't think there's even an achievement for studying everything in the game. Which I know, you shouldn't really live your life according to achievements, but... you know, there are worse ways to live your life. I mean, technically I don't really need his flesh. I could just remove his sin shard, I suppose. I don't know if removing his sin shard's going to do anything productive, but... I mean, didn't do anything at all. Yeah, this body will do. Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the boom boom floor! It's alive! It's alive! Do I still have any more zombie Zeus? Do we have Zombie Zeus? He's a man who can throw lightning and his name is Zombie. I am Zombie and I throw lightning. I'm Zombie Zeus. Right, I am going to put you here so you can start feeding my alcohol to the poob. I also need wheat. Need more wheat for this situation. I've now got plenty of rolls, and they only cost 20p. Rolls for 20p? She doesn't. I absolutely adore that gag from the two Ronnies. It's called, I think it's called Crossed Lines. And basically the premise of the gag, if you're unaware of it, is there's two people and they're talking on a phone. On a couple of payphones, specifically. And basically everything one is saying is seemingly... It's meant to be sort of this kind of, it seems to be lining up, when obviously it's meant to be two completely separate conversations. But one of them was, yes, I've something along the lines of, yes, I've got everything, dear. Yes, rolls for 20p. And the other guy is sort of meant to be talking about a woman. You know, so I think part of the beginning conversation, it'd be easier if you just looked it up. trying to rely on my memory is a fool's errand. I'm going the wrong way. Trying to remember how to get to the room I'm after is a fool's errand as well, apparently. But yeah, so it's sort of like one of them's talking about some guy who went out and saw a woman the night before, and the other one's talking to his wife about doing the shopping. And so I think there's one key line that I do remember was she wore a cross your heart bra, and then the other one goes, no, that's a mistake. I thought it said Oxo, which is a very silly line. And then, as I say, there's the other one, which is like, yes, no, rolls for 20p. She doesn't. Which again, euphemism is my sort of key thing. Oh, lads, do you mind? I'm trying to get out of here. Jesus Christ. Could you get out of the way, please? This is not what we wanted. Oh, okay. We have Miss Charm's support. I've talked to Miss Charm. She'll take care of the head of the Royal Council. Excellent. Oh, my cathedral ceremony. Could you attend the big ceremony at my new cathedral? Together with Bishop, we'll pray for what? To return to the town. Oh, is Bishop the cheeky one? I guess so, yeah. Cheeky one. Yeah. This ceremony will be a great way to show everyone my new position. So you agree? I don't know. The Bishop is my brother. We haven't spoken in many years. He thinks I've been wasting my time travelling instead of making a career here in the town. Oh, well, maybe it's time for you to make peace. Maybe also Dempsey. Dempsey and make peace? Dempsey and make peace, am I right? You are a terrible person for that joke. Yes, you are. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. I've spent a lot of money, and I don't think that is wise. And I'm spending more. Look, in for a penny, in for a fucking huge debt. Lots of grape seeds. Yeah, that's -4 gold coins. That's not great news, but... the end of the day, I need it all, so... all of the items I grabbed from that man, I do technically need, so... it's not quite as bad as it may seem, but it is still slightly sort of... yeah, anyway, still sword, because we'll need that to put it in the Damask sword area. I believe, anyway, if memory serves. Yeah, there we go. Damask sword with a gem. Oh, you little shit. You little tiny shit. You've got tiny shits. Why are your shits quite so tiny, sir? You've got a surprisingly large ass. And yet you've got tiny shits. It's actually quite concerning. A shit that small I don't think should exist. And yet you are making shits that small. You're a very large man for shits that small. Yes, indeed. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You've got too many shits and too little anything else. I kind of need, yeah, probably best to put that under the old what's it in the basement, because then I can study that sword at my leisure. But then again, I don't really need much red experience now. It's almost always exclusively about the blues. It's about the blues, baby. Oh, I've got the blues. I got those work time blues. Yes, I do's. I do's have those work time blues. But yeah, it's almost always boils down to getting blues in this game. Because every single, well, I say every single other one, technically accurate, but not necessarily needed. But greens and reds, super easy to get. As you can see, I'm building a chunk of greens here, just by tending to crops. Because that is the pattern, if anybody's unaware. You've got sort of greens is your sort of mostly sort of nature-based stuff. So, whoops, I just ate a pile of beets. Because unfortunately, as is so often my way, I'm pushing all of the wrong buttons. I know. It surprises me as well. I have to audition for the Wellerman, won't I? Someday the Wellerman come and see his fingers up his bum. I don't think they'll have me, will they? Not if you're going to pull that shit. You learn the lyrics properly and we might consider bringing you on board, but until then you can't just suddenly randomly say that the Wellerman are sticking their fingers up their bum. That is technically slander. Or libel, depending on which one's which. I think slander, or you think if memory serves, slander is when you say it out loud, libel is when you write it down. So if you write it down, you're libelous, and if you say it out loud, you're slanderous. They are two legal terms, if you were unaware. As I say, it's basically, I'm sure people know this. This is not, but I suppose arguably it makes conversation, doesn't it? Oh, more bread, please. More bread for me. The crop waste kind of wants to go in the main gardens. I also wanted my my wheat as well. Let's grab my wheat. He wants to grab my wheats. He's going to grab my... Whoop, no, don't grab your... I know you're a little drug addict, but I didn't want you to grab your hemp at this early stage. Right, crop waste, pop that in there. Seeds. That looks to be the right seeds. Bread. Hops. Bread hops. Boing, boing, boing. My bread is hopping around the room. Alright, so if we sort of harvest more onions, we can start doing a load more of these boxes, I suppose. 64 nails. Box of goods is often the easiest one to do, really, because it's just chomping down on nails. Not in a literal sort of bumping down on nails, perhaps, I don't know, but so you can just I can just do a shitload of nails. Yeah, it will drain your energy fairly swiftly, but I could move the zombie, actually, if I really wanted to. I don't know if I do really want to. I'm not that fast. And there we have your fundamental problem. You're not that fast. Try and be more fast. If you were more fast, you'd do things more efficiently. It's fine. I'm not that fast. God damn it. That's the key. That's the key with a man who's not that fast. He's not that fast when you tell him to be fast. So when you're not that fast, people are saying, you should be fast. But then you go, but, not that fast. Let's set that up, but not necessarily do it, because we need to... Oh, there we go. So, yeah, let's make a 30% chance. 30% chance of good wine. Get rid of the grapes, get rid of the hops, get rid of the things. Now, we do want to see Snake in a moment or two. But let's try and deposit stuff. Silver note paper, there we go. And somewhere along the lines, I'd like to ditch this sword. Unfortunately, everywhere's bloody filled up. Do we have the resources to make something here? No, of course we don't. That would be bloody easy. 'Tis that time of night. Yes, it is. Oh, bloody hell, yeah, it is. midnight. We got distracted. But good night, goodbye, and good luck. Goodbye, and good luck. Thank you for attending, and thank you for being here. And I will possibly consider... Well, arguably, I might consider doing brioche rolls at some point. Must admit, I'm not a fan of pickle. But ham and cheese is a grand old combo, so at some point I'm most likely going to do ham and cheese as my roll filling. But yeah, it was nice discussing rolls. Oh, you're the centre back, and I'm the further forward. Don't... Oh no, Snake, you... Oh, Snake, you fucking penis. You big bald bastard. You look like a fucking elf. An elf who's a fucking penis. Well, looks like we're going to have to wait a week for Snake's Day. Let's find out what we need for those bloody shelves. Bookshelf, scroll shelf. They are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter. Flitch and simple metal parts, which I might actually have in that chest I was using. But you fucking dick, Snake. You're a snake dick. You're a dick of a snake. You've got dicks everywhere. Dicks in your face, dicks in your cars, dicks in your underwear. I mean, in fairness, that's probably where you should keep your dicks. I've gotten distracted, haven't I? I was supposed to be picking up Flitch. There we go. That, and that. That should give me enough for a scroll chamber. Do we have enough for my... Yes, I do. In fact, we've got enough for 2 boxes of goods. But unfortunately, I will need more Flitch now. Sometimes, I do realise I'm a moron. And at that point, I have to sort of go, no, I don't think I can allow that to continue being a thought track. Because otherwise, I'd probably fall into a pit of despair. And I know that. I've been in there, so I happen to know that sometimes you have to just fake it till you make it. Is the old tradition. Making myself some nails and a little bit of flitch. But see what I mean? Nails are super easy to build. Flitch is super easy to build, which means basically boxes of goods are your easiest bet to just throw stuff into the merchant's area, and at that point you can get away with lots of things. Oh, shelf. That was the sound of my brain working, and I assure you, you don't want to hear the sound of my brain not working, because that's a lot worse. And much less pleasant. I take it we did do that, yeah. That's fine. Oh, there is a little man in there. There's a wee man in my confessional. I want to put a silver story away. Where do I keep my silver stories? This really needs an organise. But I just... I just don't know if I care enough. Alchemy rack. I mean, I don't think an alchemy rack is... Oh, actually... Oh no, that is interesting. Okay, hang on. So, yeah, that's a 5x5, isn't it? 5x5? 5x5, yeah. I think the icons are slightly rectangular, which makes the lower one... Oh no, they look square, don't they? No, okay, I think it's perfectly square. But yeah, the alchemy rack is still 5x5, but smaller. So I suppose let's go check precisely what I needed. I think it was just wooden blocks rather than flitch. I think it's going to be more efficient to use alchemy racks. So 4 wood block things. Wood blocky things. I need my wood blocky thing. Oh, I need complicated parts. I mean, to a certain extent, it's relatively easy to get complex parts, which is surprising since they are complex parts. But there you go. Wooden beams, yeah, grab a couple stacks of those. Just about. I was slightly concerned my stuff was going to run out. I really do wish when they'd built the mirror for zooming around. It's a shame that there's like a couple of fairly key locations that they just didn't do. Because it's like, okay, could we have one that zooms me to the church? That would be very convenient. Can we have one that zooms me to the morgue? That would be very convenient. But really, you've just got like, yeah, you can go to, you know, that'd probably be worthwhile doing chests down there. Do I actually have the ability to build chests? No. No, that's interesting then. Okay. So... yeah, I'm not about to fit anything else in there, but I suppose... I don't know. Oh, I can't bloody rotate it. You're making my life hard. And I don't like hard life. I don't mind hard light, but I don't like hard life. It's hard enough already. Please don't, don't you do it. Good lad, there you go. Welcome, Onibushu! I don't know why you got quite such a sort of elaborate greeting, but still. Enjoy while you can, because at some point there may be a green that's just like, which will be disappointing, I imagine. Only a silver wine. Oh, you could have done better than a silver wine. I'm going to need energy, so we might as well... I suppose I could use my bread, couldn't I? No, we'll just have a sleep. Have a cheeky little sleep. I'm going to have a cheeky little sleep. But welcome, Onibushu. Unfortunately, you are pretty much at the end. I am intending, at least. Intention's all well and good, but... you know how weak you are. You know how weak you are. But I am intending to put it away in the not too distant future, so... Oh, I forgot to replant my wheat. Well, that was a shitty thing to do, wasn't it? Wasn't it indeed? Oh no, I did not like that. I did not like that. I feel like that's already been... yeah, that's already been fertilised, so... I think this is supposed to be... no, it's not supposed to be onion seeds. Cabbage? Cabbage. It is cabbage. I've only got 3 cabbage seeds. Interesting. Pumpkins, carrots. No, okay. I don't think I need that, so we'll not worry about that too much. Do we have enough for another one of those little cheeky boxes? No, we don't. 64. We can probably get another 64 now, so we'll get another one of those boxes done. All I'm really doing is waiting for daytime to appear. So I'm afraid it's a little bit of idling around. So we've got the flitch for it. No, we need one more flitch, 64 more now. So I'll tell you what, we'll set that up. 72, close enough. And then 9 flitch will do. As I say, I should probably get the zombie to start whacking out these nails, but truth be told, in the house area, so the sort of main garden and house area, I don't tend to use that much zombie labour, or at least I didn't last time. Arguably, I could at some point try and focus my efforts and use a lot more zombies here, because I think you can post a zombie at any station. I mean, I've got him at the wood chopper at the moment, but I could repost him elsewhere, but I just can't be bothered. which is of course a contradiction, because I'm bothering more because I can't be bothered to work through zombies and putting zombies everywhere, because they do it all for me, which is very ridiculous. I'd been cooking some stuff earlier. Oh, nice. Might as well pop in for a second while I ate. Very lovely jubbly. Just slurring away. It's fine. Unless it's a stroke. In which case, that's not fine. It's not a stroke, by the way. But if you ever consider having a stroke...
Give your meat a good old rub.
Hell yeah. Always. Always. God damn you. God damn your face. God damn your face. And God damn your everything else. Don't hold of your gratitude. Just be glad they're not throwing stones at you. About the mysterious woman. I have some new information, Master Alaric. Not the vampires who kidnapped you. There was a woman who ordered them to do it and to turn you into a vampire. A woman in a black and gold cloak. You ever heard of anything about her? I would have remembered if the kidnappers mentioned her, but they didn't. They mentioned ghouls a lot. They said they'd feed me to them if I kept quiet. How foolish. Every adult knows that ghouls don't exist. I think that woman might be the key to our mystery. Sorry, but I can't help you. But listen, why do you smell so strange? Well, the thing is, when Lady Beatrice visited me, well, it doesn't matter, it's fine. Who else might know about this vampire queen who's comfortable dealing with the undead? Jerry! Let's go to Jerry! Jerry time. Oh, yes. Drunk stream without the fun part of drinking. Well, having a stroke. I think it's a lot worse than that. Sweet home. We wanted more rods, which in fairness, I think we've got in my little box here. That's it. I don't think we needed any planks, did we? It was flitch again, wasn't it? I think. I don't know. I'm hoping it's flitch again, because if it's not flitch again, I'm fucked. Also made a little progress on Isaac. Nice. A little bit of Tainted Eve. Tainted Eve. And Tainted Eve. Tainted lost. Tainted lost. Oh. Except for greed mode. Tainted Jake. I'm not going to do it every single one. Tainted Jacob and Tainted Laz left to do. Nice. Oh, very nice indeed. Refugee camp. I must look up once more and see what the requirements for these trophies are, because they're actually quite reasonable, which is oftentimes quite surprising. Oh, right, new tent. Do we actually have a place for this new tent? Oh yes, down here. Oh, in fact, we've got a place for 2 new tents, which is unfortunate. Oh no! Oh, we're only interested in one at the moment. Big problem is, of course, we've not got the happiness to do the rest of this, which is very annoying. It would be much nicer to actually have accomplished more in this area. Right, so I need to improve this tent area. Would you like 12 of my rolls? That might increase your happiness. And would you like 2 of my beets? Boots. Cats. 2 of my beets. That was awful, and you should be ashamed. Yes, probably. It's not a problem, though. I think we'll probably come to a suitable conclusion point. If I have a cheeky little sleep, and then that'll save it, and I will put it away. And next time we will try and remember. We need to talk to Snake regarding the key. We need to talk to a lot of other people as well. But we did a little bit. We got a little bit. Again, it's every little counts. Every little helps. Tink tink with your arse cheeks. That's a Tesco's thing, I think. I can't say that with absolute certainty, but I'm fairly certain it's a Tesco's thing. Well, I think it may be me and thee, Mr. Oni. So, I'll tell you what, I probably won't do an official raid, but we'll have a look and see if there are any channels I recommend from my viewing lists. There you go. There's Happy Kraken X. You can search these if you particularly want to. She's playing Sea of Thieves. It's usually Sea of Thieves. It just threw me because we were mentioning captaincy update earlier on today, and I'm assuming Happy Kraken has named her ship the Zesty Lemon, which I must admit is quite an amusing name for a ship. Other than that, Barry's streaming. He's usually quite entertaining, although I must admit I've not watched his stuff in quite some time. There's several other Sea of Thieves streamings going on as well, but it looks like one of them, I've never seen him before, so I can't vouch for him being entertaining or not entertaining, but Sneaky Beagle is looking for movable stools. Movable stools. The myth, the legend, the movable stool. I didn't come across a single movable stool earlier on when I was playing Sea of Thieves, but supposedly there are stools you can pick up and move around. But as I say, I haven't stumbled across any of them yet. But it does it's interesting. When you approach a chair, it does say, take a seat. Which feels like it's got a slightly different meaning when you can actually pick up the chair and take it away with you, because you are actually taking a seat. I'm assuming if you find a movable stool, you can change it. You can sort of push one or the other buttons, and you'll be able to pick it up. And it would probably say pick up stool or something. But it just amuses me that on all the other chairs, it does just say take a seat. And it's like, okay, now I can. Bye. I've got your chair. You would hope the Zesty Lemon would keep the scurvy away. You would very much hope that. My ship is called the Drake's Gambit, because I am... well, it's sort of multi-reference and just sounds kind of cool, essentially. So, it's a little bit like Drake's Fortune, i.e. Uncharted. Drake is dragony, for the fact that I like dragons. Gambit, X-Men character. Putting something and Gambit together, Green Arrow, because the boat he got sort of shipwrecked from was the Queen's Gambit. Also, technically, Queen's Gambit is a chess move as well, I believe, and a chess program, chess thing. Which is, I think that's the one that I've seen absolutely slightly ridiculed, because it's called the Queen's Gambit and it's something to do with chess. I don't know much more than that because I've never seen it, but it's a program to do with chess and it's called the Queen's Gambit. But then they released a board game for the program of the Queen's Gambit, which I think is basically people going, "Have you just released the board game chess?" But I think it's got a little bit more of a twist. I think it's got a bit more of a twist than literally just being, we've released chess, but it's called Queen's Gambit because the program. But yeah, I think they've done something extra with it. But it is just one of those weird ones where it's like, hey, this program deals with this game called chess. Oh, look, they've released this game called chess under the flag of the Queen's Gambit. And it's like, no, that's just chess, isn't it? It's just chess. But yeah, anyway, so it's one of those odd little ones. But I have seen sort of like a lot of it referenced in places. Anyway, I'm going to do my tidying up. Tidy. But yeah, if you're interested in Sea of Thieves, Happy Kraken is quite entertaining. She's the one who does a lot of vibing and going, yeah. Which you get used to eventually. But it is like, yeah. Just tidying up and down, tidying and all around. I'm tidying. Woohoo! Anyway, I'll probably be back Wednesday, although I can't guarantee that. We'll see what happens Wednesday, I suppose. We'll see if I feel like doing Wednesday. We'll also, I suppose, see if we feel like doing Saturday, maybe. I'm technically free Saturday, so maybe there'll be a bonus thing Saturday. But truth be told, I've just started Persona 5 again. I am officially doing Persona 5 Royal. And I say just started it again. I'm already sort of like 15 hours deep, I think. But, yeah. It's very difficult to put Persona 5 down. It's an exceedingly compelling game. And exceedingly entertaining. So, I might just spend Saturday afternoon playing that. But you never know. Maybe there'll be some kind of special bonus Saturday. Maybe I'll do some Sea of Thieves at some point. You can meet the Drake's Gambit in person. But other than that, it is pretty much the end. So do look out. Do look out for these things. And I will be back at some... Oh, hello. Chat room's decided to fuck up. I think we're okay. The Queen's Gambit. 1d4, d5 to c4 then. Either accepted. dxc4 or declined. Don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure it's correct. If they play something else, c6, nf6. nf? Is that supposed to be an f6 there? Or it's supposed to be an F is the key question. Or is there supposed to be an M? One of the two. There was a series about female chess player. Yes, that's the series I'm referring to. As I say, I've seen like the posters. The poster stands out as a distinct thing in my mind, but I've never watched the program. But as I say, it's this weird and wonderful thing where it's like, hey, look, it's the Queen's Gambit. It's all about chess. But now the Queen's Gambit has released the board game. It's called chess. As I say, I get the impression it's slightly more like fanciful. N for knight. Oh, of course, right. Yeah, I got you. Yes. And he goes to the F6. I got you. Yeah, I understand now. And yeah, I suppose that is unfortunate that knights are Ks and kings are Ks. So I can kind of understand why they'd go for that. Which is, as I say, understandable. But weird and slightly inaccurate. But as I say, I do understand why. Anyway, as I say, Saturday maybe, Saturday afternoon maybe, Wednesday afternoon probably, but that's the official designation. And then most likely back Thursday, 9 o'clock, Dragon Quest Builders 2, where we will continue the building. We wanted to build some fancy castle extras. See what happens. So anyway, cheerio.